That loud noise you're hearing is the gas furnace in this RV. It really makes a lot of noise, but we have a heat pump system for the normal heating and air conditioning. But when it gets cold enough, which it is today, that gas furnace kicks in and it is really noisy. Alright, let's get this going here. Alright. First one. How many more we gotta go? Quite a few. Move up to those cabinets up there above the bed. Hoping I could get it going with just twisting it. Hard to find when you can't see where the screw holes are, screw ridges. Alright. Not the easiest mattress to walk on. It's a sleep number bed, so gives. Alright, no trouble finding the place where the screw is. Alright. Looks like I'm making progress here. Alright, I gotta take my jacket off. That heat is doing its job for sure. Alright. This is not gonna be the easiest one to get to, that's for sure. I'm down to jump and see what I'm doing at all on this one. Okay. Okay, next we're gonna work on the door pulls for the cabinets. This is one of the ones that I had put tape on initially, thinking that I wasn't going to take out the hardware for painting. Ended up doing it anyway. So how ridiculous that was to try to get the paint in there very close with the tape in the way. So now I gotta get the tape off of this thing. There we go. Well, this is a lot easier than those little drawers down at the bottom or those doors up at the top of the bed. Good level for me to be able to get to. See what I'm doing. I keep thinking it's going to get warm enough that heat's going to kick off. But making so much noise. Get back in there to do my last little tighten and turn. I'll be able to take these reading glasses off the top of my head. Same thing with this one. I gotta take the tape off of it. goes that air, but heat, thankfully. Now, one of the reasons I really was hesitant to take these off instead of just taping everything off is because I didn't realize how easily these things came out. These kinds of pulls right here. And in my mind, I thought maybe they were glued into the holes. But come to find out, there's little screws that go in like this at an angle. There's a screw on that side and a screw on that side. So let's see how easily they go back in. They came out pretty easily. I believe, yeah, this is going to be up because it has more of a ridge in there that I can use to grab hold of it. These drawers in these RVs are made where that you have to pull up and then out. And that is to keep them from coming sliding out when you're riding down the road. Now these were at an angle. I'm hoping they'll just get right back in that same groove. Yep, seems to be. I don't know how far in I really need to go. Definitely need my reading glasses for these little fellas. I tried to keep these with, you see these little baggies, I've kept it with the drawer that it came out of, with the exception of one door handle and one drawer pull. I actually took inside the house with me because I was going to research about getting replacements. But then I decided, no, I'm not going to get replacements. We're going to stick with this. I looked online at gray cabinets with gold hardware and it looked pretty good. So it'd be a whole lot cheaper on me to not be replacing these. I'm kind of wishing I'd taken time to see if I could polish them up while I had them out, but I suppose it's something I could do later on. I need to get this done. I see some places where I missed some paint spots down there. Didn't see it, but the drawer pushed it in. I'll have to go back and get that later. Trying to get it started so I don't have to. Alright, I got my reading glasses on, but it's too dark in there to see where that hole is. There. Found it. I'm feeling my knees and legs are going to be hurting by the time I get up from down here. Whew. Alright. I feel like this is for the top floor. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Give me an excuse to get up, doesn't it? Lost my screwdriver and my... Alright, can't be far. I didn't get up off the floor. How did I... No, that's the wrong one. Alright, folks, I wish you all could tell me what in the world I did with my screwdriver. Did I stick it inside one of the drawers? Alright, I think this is the last drawer I did. No, this is the last drawer I did. Duh. No, I haven't done this one yet. This is the one I need a screwdriver for. Alright. Here it is. I put it up here on this table. All right, let's try this again. All right, glasses back on. There we go. See a little bit better. All right, folks. I think all I've got is 2 more. And I'll be done with the hardware. I'll be ready for some cleanup. Tomorrow, I hope to get started on painting the cloth. I'm excited about that because I love that shade of blue, and I'm hoping it looks just like the shade of blue on the bed coverings. Yeah, these things, I didn't know if they were just glued into place. But actually pretty easy to take out and put back in. Screwdriver, I got 2 screwdrivers that look alike, but one's a Phillips head and one's a flathead. Alright, that's not going in at the right angle. Y'all, I am about to get some prescription glasses that I wear all the time. I'll have to get in the habit of, I'm always in the habit of, as soon as I get through looking at something close up, I stick my reading glasses on top of my head. And with my prescription glasses, I'll have to get used to the bifocals. I've always been farsighted, even as a young child. And I wore some glasses in school for just a short period of time, but they bothered me more than they helped me. So then in my, probably in my 40s, maybe my late 30s, but definitely by my 40s, I started wearing reading glasses, just this lower level. And I've worked my way all the way up to 2.5. And recently went and got my eyes checked, and the doctor said it's time to move on to full-time glasses, which I can tell. I don't see a distance like I used to be able to. It's a little bit blurry. So it's time. But I'm not looking forward to getting used to bifocals. I'm going to check and see how expensive it is to get the transition lenses that automatically change to sunglasses when they get out in the sun. I understand that's kind of expensive, but Ricky tells me I can have, I asked him, I said, well, what if I just got that for my Christmas, get the transition lenses? So it's not too terribly expensive. That's what we'll do. Well, I'm having trouble getting it started. Let's see if I can do it this way. I believe that worked. Okay, got the hardware in. That's good progress. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is clean these window panes. I got some paint on some places, and of course they need to be cleaned anyway. They're smudged. I keep knocking my cord loose on my light. Anyhow, this needs cleaning, and hopefully I'm going to use alcohol and see if that will take the paint off as well. I'm going to use this same 91% alcohol that I used to clean the cabinets and wood trim before I ever put the primer on them. Let's see how this works. Debating over whether I should go get my step stool. Maybe I'll just start with this middle window and see. Yeah. Actually, I think that alcohol is taking that paint off. I don't want it to come off, take the paint off the wood trim. Now this, let me see. I bought a little plastic scraper. I don't know if that's gonna work. I might have to go get a metal blade scraper. And then right here, I've got some tape left behind. It's working good to get that tape off. All right, that's good. Oh, I lifted the wood off the glass. That's not good. All right, a little bit of see the tape in the reflection. And there, that tape that got left behind. Ah, tore. I have a feeling I'm going to be leaving a little bit of this for Ricky to do. There. Takes the paint off the glass, and I'm going to take it off of this cabinet. Hope I didn't mess anything up. Alright, so let's go over this pane one more time. Let's see if we can make it look pretty. I may have to come back with just some window cleaner. I don't know, that's looking pretty good. Good enough. Good enough for my grand finale presentation. Alright. So I'm going to get my step stool to get up there and work on that one. Definitely an amateur job here, folks. Oh well. Let's just clean it up. Just getting some of this paint off. I think some of this that I tried to wipe off is not peeling as good because it's smudged out, smoothed out. A lot of this along the very edges, it's definitely going to have to have a straight blade edge. Look at that. It cleans that paint right off though that I had gotten in the middle. Just don't want to rub too much along the edges and take off the paint off the wood trim. This is just not really doing the trick there. Next question is, would this alcohol remove this paint from the wall? Or do I need to paint over top of it somehow? Don't want to ruin my wallpaper or whatever this, yeah, some kind of sticky wallpaper I think they have on these RVs. Use my fingernails, maybe I should have waited till I got a razor blade edge. this lower one going. This is just so crazy that this was taped off. Still got that much paint on there. All right, one more mirror over here. Still got glass panes over there, window panes. And the bedroom window that looks out into the restroom and further out to the kitchen area. I just found that so unique and cool that they put a big picture window or pane window leading into the bedroom. It's got blinds in it that you can close from the inside so that people aren't looking in on you. But you can open them back up and see right on out through the front of the camper. All right, now folks, let's give it a try on this wall and see what kind of results we can get. It'd be really cool if it just cleans it right off. It's getting it off. May take a little bit more scrubbing, but it is making a difference. The blue is showing up on the neck, on the paper towel. So definitely is removing that blue paint. Oh, I didn't even have it down far enough where you can see what I'm doing. There we go. About right there. So there was a pretty strong smudge of paint right there. I'm impressed with how well this wallpaper holds up. It doesn't seem to be affecting it at all. A little bit more in that spot, then I'm going to leave it and go on to the next spot that I got paint on the wall. Probably some kind of better paint remover that I could use than this. Alcohol. I'd be afraid it'd ruin the wallpaper, but who knows, if this is not ruining it, that might would work too. Okay, so I still got some paint along here that I'm going to come back and do, but I think to finish out my day I'm going to go ahead and clean the window panes over on that window over there. Let's shift everything over and then close out the day. Did I bring my scraper? I did not, because I need that scraper for that tape. And y'all, I did decide to leave my door brown. I may change my mind on that eventually, but I thought maybe the door could be considered different than all the cabinets and stuff in here, so I don't know. I may rethink that later on. There's some tape. This isn't paint, it's some tape. Or I had taped these windows off, which I wish I'd never done. But when I peeled the tape off, some of it got left at the edges. So I'm trying to get as much of that off as possible with this scraper. I think these little places right along the edge I'm going to save for the metal scraper when I get one. So it looks like I'm mostly just doing cleanup of these window panes. And y'all, when I open this up, you can see out into where the bathroom sink is. Toilet's on that side with a different door that you can't see into from here, but you can see the sink, and you can see even out through the camper, out through the big front window, which is nice. I think that was one of the things about this camper that impressed me when we bought it used. Got a great deal. This huge bedroom was one of the things that impressed me, and the door and the window here that you can open up to look out. They had the blinds pulled open, so it really looked cool. All right, let's get another one. Now these two and this one down here have some paint smudges that I'll be having to work off with this. I think I spilled paint and let it drip or something on these. That's something on the other side of the glass. This teases me. It starts peeling, and I think I'm going to be able to peel it right on off. And then it tears. Alright, that's another item to leave for the metal scraper. Let's just do some cleanup on these lower windows, and I think we'll call it a day. If this is your first time watching one of these, you'll know, I can tell you that I work full time and having to do this after hours, so it's taken a while, but I should be done before time to go for camping season. We've already winterized, and so I've got time. But I'm looking forward to it being done. I am getting tired, so any encouragement that you all can give me in the comments would be fantastic. And let me see. Let me go here. Am I on the camera now? We'll see y'all tomorrow.